In our morning rounds, winter heart hazards, a new misery index from the National Weather Service confirms what many of us already know. This is one of the worst winters in a long time. But it could also be taking a hidden toll. Dr. Narula is a cardiologist at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York. And this morning, we're happy to welcome her as our newest CBS News contributor. Congratulations, and we're pleased to have you. Yeah. So let's talk about the heart and weather. Does the weather affect your heart?
Yes, and we don't talk about this a lot as a risk factor for heart disease and stroke, but really cold temperature in particular does several things to the heart. It causes the blood vessels in the body to constrict, which decreases the supply of blood flow and oxygen to the heart muscle. It also increases the demand on the heart, so your blood pressure goes up and your heart rate goes up. And if you have that supply-demand mismatch, you can be at risk for a heart attack. In addition to that, it causes the blood to get thicker and the proteins in the blood that form clots to become more pronounced. And so you're at higher risk of forming blood clots that can lead to heart attack and stroke.
And it's not just the cold, it's these shorter, darker days that we have, right?
That's right, and that's important to recognize too. You know, the body has this natural circadian rhythm, and we know that even on regular days, in the morning hours, we're at higher risk for heart attack and sudden death. And so in the winter where there's less sunlight, it off-shifts or offsets our hormonal settings.
I mean, as a physician, do you see this, that more people come in with heart issues during the winter?
Absolutely. There's been research over the last 10, 15 years that shows there are increased rates of cardiovascular events in the winter months.
There's also the question of what else from being inside and winter in terms of what you eat and how you add to your own nutritional
Exactly.
issues.
So lifestyle plays into it as well. In the winter, we tend to stay home, eat more fatty foods, comfort foods like mac and cheese and mashed potatoes, salty foods, maybe drink a little more alcohol around the holidays. And in general, there's this seasonal affective disorder that we talk about too, where you want to eat carbs, stay in bed, you're a little depressed, and all of this plays into your risk for heart disease.
Luckily, though, spring is apparently 3 weeks away. What do we need to do in the next 3 weeks?
So the important thing in the cold weather is to bundle up and stay warm, because you don't want to get hypothermia.
Right.
But on top of that, you know, people go out and they shovel snow, and it's important to shovel slowly, use a small shovel, and also take frequent breaks. Don't do anything that's strenuous and going to exert your body a lot and all of a sudden. Also, I
thought strenuous exercise was good for you.
Not when it's sudden onset and strenuous in the cold temperature, especially if you're not used to doing strenuous activity. And also alcohol. People think, well, if I drink, I'll stay a little warmer. And initially you feel warmer because the blood vessels dilate, but ultimately that's taking blood away from the internal organs where it really needs to be. So avoid alcohol, shovel slowly, and
or as I like to say with Charlie, only in moderation.
In moderation. That's right.
It has a point at times.
Yes.
Thank you. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.